Good afternoon, captains. My name is Femennenly, and today I'm live from the World of Warships North American office here in Austin, Texas. As I just realized pretty much every single stream we have. But anyway, it's good to see you guys. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend as we bring you another rendition of Naval News Night, where I give you all the news that you need to know tonight about what's happening in ships this week. Yeah, let's go with that. But before we do get started, as we always, guys, we will be kicking off in my favorite cruiser, the Tier 6 Perth, to kick off the stream and get us warmed up in some naval action. It's a pretty big week out there on the shores of World of Warships. Lots of content we can cover today. Lots of bits and pieces I have to tell you about contests, meetups, in-game events, as well as new things coming to World of Warships this week. Did everyone have a lovely weekend? What did you guys get up to? Were you finishing off ranks? Were you grinding Fly Strike Win? Were you prepping for maybe King of the Sea Season 8? What are you guys up to? Let us know in chat. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. Any update on what you're going to send the participants soon? Griffin GF picked up the flip. Amazing so far. That's awesome. Why does she always use the Perth? No, the Perth isn't used. We just always like to kick off the stream to warm up before we get kicked off into some ships I won't necessarily play very well. We like to start off in a ship I typically do play pretty decently, which is the Perth, so that's why we're playing. I ate 64 slices of American cheese. Well, if you make some cheesy comments this week, we know why. Good to see you guys all. It is... Anyway, making a death trap ramp out of snow. I hope you wore a helmet, I guess. Moving forward, 1900 still away from the Starling grab. Very close there, Hypertail. Very close. Perth needs love. Yes. The Perth is probably my favorite tier 6 out of them all. And we have a lot of really good ships at 16. Sorry, at tier 6. When are we going to get rid of that stupid Epicenter mode? I don't think we have any plans to retire Epicenter at this time. I mean, one thing you got to remember is not everyone is going to like every single mode of gameplay. You know, we have, what is it, three gameplay modes, which is Domination, Standard, and Epicenter. I feel like there's a fourth that I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now. I'm pretty sure there's a fourth, but I can't think what it is. Anyway, you know, all of the maps have different game modes they can play on them. Time to redo the purple. Yeah, I'll redo it soon. Anyway, the maps have different game modes that work for them, and kind of the benefit of it is it does breed variety. I mean, variety when playing the game. I mean, if you were to always play, you know, the same game mode, it's gonna get pretty tiring. It's, you know, you're not always going to like everything, but okay, we're gonna. Dispersion hit me. Oh, it's their Perth. Okay, we're gonna turn in and get into the cap. Of course, remember, I do have Hydro up to provide myself a little bit of additional protection. I'm gonna roll forward just a tad just to get into cap to prevent their DD from completely capping it off. There we go. There come the torpedoes, 2 sets of 5, which means, I'm not mistaken, that's probably the no, that's not the Farragut, that would be, wow, he has great aiming for someone who's in smoke. That aim, though. Impressive. Yeah, the Lo Yang, that's correct. Anyone? No, Terry, no one's mentioned that yet. And hopefully it stays that way. RNG already brings enough variety to the game. I mean, yeah, but who doesn't like more? But I know for me, for example, if I was to play the same map mode type or same game type every single game, I would get very tired of that very, very quickly. Okay, I'm now being radared? So much for this being a ship I actually play. See, this is what happens when you have a busy day and you don't get to play a warm-up game off-stream. You casually pull a Notster and run into an island. It's been a long day. It's been a long and very embarrassing day, apparently. Good start. Solid start. Play the Perth. Everything will be fine, she says. So much for making the Perth look good. Anyway, let's get started talking about some of the other bits and pieces. And let's pretend that one did not happen. Well, it's kind of good, because that means I can talk about one of our very first things we like to mention on Naval News Night. And that is, remember guys, it's not the button I want. Oh, hold on. There we go. Remember, every time that you log in, you will have daily missions. As it comes under combat. You'll have your daily missions, and you can do these. Each one has 3 segments that you can be used to gain extra bonuses in-game, as well as coal. For example, there's 24 Zulu flag hotels. Zulu hotel flags available for completing the entirety of these 2 mission chains for today. It's a great way to get yourself some freebies going in. Let's go ahead and jump in something else. I'm thinking something American, maybe something to do with what's happening this weekend. Stick to what I'm good at, CVs. We'll touch some CVs a little bit later. I would like to play at least one game before jumping into CVs. So, for those who have not heard, we're pretty pleased to announce that some of the Wargaming North America staff, myself included, are going to be down at the USS Texas this weekend for a special community gathering event. If you guys would like the details, I'm going to drop the link in chat. We will be there this weekend. We will have a few of the NACCs with us. We'll be exploring the ship. We'll also have a raffle and be giving away some goodies, including some in-game goodies and some physical goods, including a PlayStation 4 to attendees. Just make sure you pre-register on that page. How many people have been banned from the forums for a very vocal anti-CV rework? Mr. Kiwi, honestly, we haven't banned anyone for being vocal about not liking the CV rework. I mean, the only time moderation staff step in on the forums is when there is issues with such as the rules being broken, such as non-constructive posts, trolling, inciting unrest, or avoiding the profanity filter are usually the 3 big ones that we see. So we really haven't touched that many. I should be there. Sounds good. Let's see a show of hands. If you're going to be at the Texas, raise some emotes in chat. Just get a small show of hands about who is coming. You can't come, Atif? That's okay. Do you personally like the old CV or the new CV play more? Thomas K, I mean, I think they're kind of hard to compare to one another because they both play very, very differently. I mean, I was always a big RTS player, you know, Age of Empires, Empire Earth back in the day. So I always will have that sort of soft point in my heart for that, but, you know, I like the new style too. It's just different. How about a Texas flag for the Texas? Well, the Texas has the American flag on it. We don't have room for another one. Do I know when the Alaska might be released? Yes. I do. You're planning to be there too? Nice, don't fear the Reaper. PlayStation 4, so the console version is true. Yes, guys, if you have not heard, we are releasing a console version of World of Warships, and it is going to be called World of Warships Legends. It's set to be released the second quarter, so halfway through this year, hopefully before the start of summer. Look forward to meeting you. Nice, John Titus. I will be there. Look for the girl with purple hair. Yes, guys, I do know the Alaska's release date. Can I tell you? Nope. You guys will just have to hang around and keep coming back to the streams. I wish I could go for the Texas, but San Janito Park, where she's at the other side of the state from me. Oof. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Pensacola just kind of hanging out there. So what you see, guys, again, make sure you're using this AA sector reinforced. That's one thing I've been reading as I've been reviewing feedback on the forums, is not too many people are actively using it. And it is definitely something that I found really, really effective in kind of helping with taking down planes. I've taken down a lot of planes using it. What about Azuma's release date? I don't have Azuma's release date. I just felt like teasing you guys just a little bit. So I do have to be a little bit mindful, as I am kind of on my own over here. So Sub Octavian was lying to us? I don't know what Sub Octavian said to you. So I can't make comment on that. Hey fam, happy Monday. Question for you. Can you put in a word about the new special commander to be earned? Soren, are you talking about the Jingles commander, or could you clarify on that one for me a little bit? Give some codes instead, please? No, I don't think so. Not today. We don't always do giveaways, but we do have plenty of streams with giveaways coming up soon, so you'll just have to tune in to each of them to see when we are giving away stuff. I know I've got some big ones coming up for you guys that you are not going to want to miss. So when is the next release date? 8.4? Amorama, the next update is going to be 8.1. The hotfixes come as micro patches, which is why it's 8.0.1, 8.0.2, 8.0.3. But the next major patch is 8.1. There we go. And that one is slated for this week, I believe. Are we going to have to earn the Jingles commander? At the moment, I do not have the details of how Jingles is going to be obtained. But I'm sure closer to his release date, we will have that information posted. No console versions? I mean, depending when he said that, it might not have been in the plan at that stage, but it is now. Jingles head to St. Petersburg next week? No, Jingles goes to St. Petersburg at the end of March. So Alaska this week? I don't know about that. Okay, let's do this. I appreciate my viewers. Will the Pan-Asian Special Commanders be available in the arsenal for coal/doubloons? If you're talking about the two that came with the Lunar New Year mission bundles, there's a good chance in the future they will at some point. However, can I confirm it definitively? Not at the moment. So, yeah. Reason I'm playing the Texas right now is we do have a player gathering event on the USS Texas down in the Houston area this weekend. If you are in the area, make sure you pre-register so we have a feeling of who's attending. I will be there. Mr. Radar X, Cammy Samurai, and BTED71, all from the NA staff, will be there hanging out for the Saturday day. It should be a lot of fun. I've never been to the Texas before. She's had a lot of work done to her in the last few months, repairing her and help getting... Oh wow, I really am by myself over here. I didn't think that one through. Okay, we're gonna have to turn out. I was about to say, if we get the chance. Which we're not going to now. This is how you not play battleships. I typically don't play low tier, so this is way out of my wheelhouse. And I was giving way too much broadside. It's okay. Let's get my back guns around. See, I'm just gonna ricochet at this angle, I'm pretty sure. I got a 1 pin. Okay. Someone mentioned it before. Let's go play a CV and let's talk about something that is coming with CVs that a lot of you guys are very interested in, and that is the brand new line of British CVs that are coming here in the next few updates. We have announced the details of the next session of Fly Strike Win. If you've not been paying direct attention, we do have this directives campaign where you can earn goodies. Now, after this week's one, it is going to be missions that will get you air supply containers, which then can be used to purchase the tier 4, tier 6, or tier 8 British CVs that are coming as soon as next patch. They won't be able to be unlocked via the tech tree. However, you will be able to get them through the arsenal using 2 new currencies that are temporarily coming, which is the crowns and the, what are they called? And the furloins. I think that's how you pronounce that. Florins, my bad, Florins. Anyway, the currencies can be earned through the Fly Strike Win directives, daily combat missions. They can be purchased with doubloons inside the arsenal and the air supply premium containers. Depending on which tier you're looking to unlock, it will cost a varying amount of florins and crowns. I'm going to keep calling them furloins now. They will cost a certain amount of each currency. Once you have that ship, unfortunately, you will not be able to use the standard methods of going up the tech tree, aka via XP, to unlock the next ones up in the tiers until the full tech tree line is released at a later update. But it does mean you'll be able to get your hands on the British carriers pretty soon and be able to give them a bit of a test. Anyone who won the EUs will get the Masquerado's bounty event as well. At the moment, the Masquerado's event is just for NA. EU has other events currently going on, so they decided not to opt in on this one. Well, Wargaming buffed the IGA and CVs. Regarding CV balance at the moment, guys, we are still very, very aware that there is some unrest in terms of how players are feeling in regards to CV balance and anti-air balance. We are still very much so looking at the balance qualities of both CV classes and anti-air capital ships, aka your battleships, your cruisers, and even destroyers. It is an ongoing balancing act. We do have some extensive plans all the way up until the patch 8.4. Where we're going to be continuing making changes and adjustments. The best thing we can ask from you guys is your patience, and if you have feedback, please make sure you put it in your local server's forum, so that way the community staff can assemble feedback packages to hand on to developers so they can put that forward and make further changes if need be. Oh, itchy nose. Is Jingles going to be available for any nation? I do not know the details of the Jingles captain at the moment. I do not believe it's been decided upon. We don't have many hunt events on EU, to say the least. Hello from the land of Bourbon, Bluegrass, and Derby, and Hillersville, home of Lily. Unrest, well said. Thank you. Yes, guys, but we are aware balancing is still occurring. All we can ask is, write up your feedback. Going onto the forums and saying, I really don't like this, you guys don't know what you're doing, really doesn't help us in terms of making adjustments, making balancing. The best thing you guys can do is state what you don't like and why you don't like it and what effects it has on your gameplay. Because then we know kind of what is the pain point and what area we need to address. Also, guys, if you would like to ask me a question today, please make sure you're tagging World of Warships in chat. That way it highlights on my screen and it's a little bit easier for me to see the questions. How do you undo waypoints on the map? If you usually click right in front of your carrier, they'll go away. It's typically how I do it. When can we have developers as captains? the development staff for World of Warships is several hundred strong. Or, I mean, there's a lot of people in the Wargaming St. Petersburg office, so it is kind of impractical to be able to make all of them into captains. Plus, you wouldn't really know who the people are anyway. Some of the captains in-game are modeled after various development staff from the St. Petersburg office, but you probably wouldn't recognize them by name. I tried playing my tier 9 DDs after the recent hotfix. So much more help for DDs recently. We're all still definitely looking at more balancing that needs to occur. We did reduce the spotting, of course, from planes. Reduce that quite significantly. A big tip I can give you guys for destroyer players at the moment playing with games with aircraft carriers in them is make sure you guys are turning off your anti-air, that is hitting P, because that will reduce the detection of your ship down quite significantly. Is a big tip I can offer you guys. Okay, Molotov. Oh, he turned out. See how we go with this. Might get one there. There we go, that's the one. I'm rotating, fluctuating my speed and my course of direction as I'm turning around to avoid the flat clouds. That one wasn't a good one. It's okay. Not all good. Not all drops can be good. Okay. IG and AP bombers make a marker when the attacking suddenly goes backwards and then later forward, which makes targeting harder. Is this intentional? Docksnake, I do not believe it's intentional, and I believe it's something that the staff, the developers are already aware of and are looking at it, because we are aware this drop marker is a little bit glitchy at the moment. Any potential release for 8.0.4? Blizzard here, I don't believe we're doing an 8.0.4 hotfix patch, as we do have the next slated version of the game, which is 8.1, being released pretty soon. Oh no, the ricochet. And I just flew over the enemy CV. Dude, the enemy CV is really strong for anti-air. What I'm actually going to do is, since we don't have too much of a force over this side, is I think I'm actually going to take my CV over there. Because their whole team is heavily kind of coupled, you know, in this position over here. Play Shokaku's, that CV's a nightmare right now. We are aware that tier 8 balancing is a little bit funky at the moment, particularly when up-tiered into tier 8. That is something the developers are working on and looking for approaches to address, because we know it is uncomfortable at the stage. Why did Wargaming decide to give IGN dive bombers AP rather than HE? I don't actually know the answer to that one. I think it was just a change that was made during the rework. I don't know the specifics as to why that was, though. Okay. He's way too close. Thought I might be able to get lucky there, but apparently not. It's okay. We'll swing around and do it again. There we go. It's a bit better. Nice. 2 there. Why are consumables in the arsenal? Which consumables exactly? Might need some more details on what you're trying to refer to there, please. Can you announce who you're attacking your team with the new CVs? As in like the F3 marker? Let's have a look. Okay, October Revolution? Yeah. Certainly can. You just need to point the little, I was about to try and point on the screen there. You need to point the little dot at the person that you're attacking and then hit F3 like you would any other ship. Alaska when? Soon. So 8.1 this Wednesday? Maybe. How are you supposed to focus fire AA? Control click doesn't work anymore. So Lova Landshell, at the moment we have removed the control click. Instead you have the ability to set your ship's AA sectors. Let me get back to my ship after I do these attack runs and I'll show you what I mean. It was going a lot slower than I anticipated. Ugh. Being attacked by the fighters. Shit. Okay. So when you're on your regular ship, not just your CVs, if you press the key next to your 1 or even your O key, it will bring up this and you can determine which side you want your anti-air to focus on. This is instead of the control click mechanism that was previously in the game. Okay, we're gonna take out torpedoes. Okay, full squad of torpedoes. Let's go. Guess whose Wargaming anniversary was over the weekend? Me. Congratulations. When are there going to be more bonus codes? Spilixy, we don't always do giveaways here on the channel. Typically speaking, you'll hear us announce it when we're going to. It's always good just to stop by to see if we're doing anything on a given stream, because usually we don't announce it ahead of time because we like to reward the people that were planning on being here anyway as kind of like a thank you for continuing to support the streams. Okay, this could be a little nasty. Okay, let's go for the Koenig. So, someone mentioned before about the NA event that is happening pretty soon, which is called our Mascarados Bounty event. Well, although this one is an EU-only event, we do have something happening for our NA. This is an NA event. This is an NA-only event. We do have some fun things happening in EU as well pretty soon too, such as the recently announced Sail to TwitchCon EU competition that is being held for EU streamers. You can find the details of that right here. Essentially, we're giving away two opportunities to win yourself a trip to TwitchCon EU in April 2019 in Berlin, Germany. I will be there, Mr. Conway Chrysanthos as well. It is open to streamers of all sizes, all shapes, all ages, and, well, in terms of how long you've been streaming, ages-wise. That is going to be happening pretty soon, as well as other bits and pieces. Words are hard, fam? Oh, you have no idea. Only EU, but not NA. This time, yes, Aldane, I think is the pronunciation of your name. We did hold a Sail to TwitchCon NA early last year for TwitchCon NA. This one, since it is located in EU, we are limiting to just our EU friends. Hit a little bit there. Trying to swing this back around. There we go. No fires that time. Here we go. A little bit tighter. So yeah, guys. Next patch, Fly Strike win will give you the opportunity to get your hands on the British CVs ahead of anyone else. Is anyone out there excited for the British CVs? With their carpet bombing, higher health planes, they've got a lot of features that make them very, very comfortable to play. Okay, what do we got? When is the game coming to console? World of Warships Legends, which is the console version of the game, is hoping to be released second quarter 2019. So this year in, hopefully by June time. So 8.1 maybe this week in Alaska soon. Any other big news? There's always big news happening. What can I tell you about? I've already mentioned it once, but I'll mention it again. If you guys have not heard, we have re-announced and reintroduced the Refer a Friend system, making it more lucrative for both you and your friends over the long run. So what does it mean for you guys? Well, we have a brand new landing page. We also have, I think I'll go for Queen Elizabeth, change my mind. So I'll just end up overpenning the Leander. Hold on. Click! See, that's why you need to come in from the side there. So, for each of your friends that you invite or welcome back into the game, yes, that's right, you don't just have to you don't just have the option of inviting new friends, but you can invite back a friend that you used to enjoy the game with. For every friend that you invite or reintroduce to the game, you can gain yourself 3 days worth of Warships premium time and 1,000 coal. This is no matter how many people you invite, that amount will be the same. Previously, you only got rewarded for the first 3 people you invited. Under this new system, you get the option to invite back old friends, which was an option previously, as well as get your hands on goodies for every single person you invite. But that's not all, folks. But that's not... Sorry. Train of thought just collapsed. Not only that, your new friends or returning friends will be given brand new ships to get their hands on. We are bringing back the Diana Lima, as well as the Warspite as reward ships for those either new to the game or returning back into the game. Returning players must not have played the game within 90 days to receive those, and there are a set of missions that they do have to complete before receiving their rewards. If you guys are interested in the new system, I will drop the link in chat right meow. Okay, rockets it is. It's getting a little bit close. Still reading off idiot of cards. No? I have 2 pieces of paper in front of me which just tell me everything I need to talk about. So this is CV rework will be going all the way until 8.0. What kind of new stuff will come after that last patch? Well, we do have British CVs coming out. We also have the return of the other premium CVs. And beyond that is going to be a lot of balancing. You guys have also seen a new premium CV that is coming out, the Indomitable, from the British line. That will also be coming out, I assume, by 8.4 if I was to hazard a guess. Not confirming it, hazarding a guess right now. Here we go. I was trying to get a little bit further on the middle of his ship there. It's okay, we'll spin around again. Here we go. Now the K. Why was there the option to choose between deep water and normal torpedoes and AP and HE bombs on the Graf Zeppelin? That was always a option that was that was always something that was unique to the Graf Zeppelin, even in its original iteration, was that it had the ability to choose between its armament types. We wanted to kind of keep this theme with the Graf Zeppelin, and that's why we decided to retain that on the Graf Zeppelin for the re-release. It might happen again for future CVs. Can't say definitively, though. Are there any new ships for free XP in the plans? Yes, Dr. Wall. For example, we do have the brand new Alaska, which is going to be a free XP ship. That is being released soon. That one will be for 1 million free XP. We also have the Azuma, which is also going to be a free XP ship. We have not announced how much free XP she is going to be for yet. We also have a new steel ship and a new coal ship coming out as well pretty soon. And that's just the ones I know of at the moment. There could be more coming as well later on. Have you guys ever seen a CV cap? Kaga also had 2 plane setups. Where is her second one? The Kaga had 2 options for what sort of... Hold on. Got him. Nice, and we capped out. That works. Why not give us Ark Royal, Illustrious, or Unicorn? I think us releasing a ship called Unicorn would just be a little funny. I mean, the thing about Ark Royal, Illustrious, and Unicorn is they could come in the future. The Indomitable one is just the one that we developed at this stage. 68,000 XP points go from 1 CV from Naval. Why? Langley to Ranger in the US. The Delve... I'm going to call you the Delge, because I can't pronounce that. Previously, if you look at it, you're going up 2 tiers. You're not going from 4 to 5 to 6. You're just hitting kind of, you're going, instead of going you're going It's kind of natural that that jump would be a little bit more. So, for example, what's a line that I haven't grinded? Here we go. Okay, tier 4. Cruisers are probably not the best example of this. Yeah, I need a line that I haven't grinded. Navy has a line I haven't grinded. I was hoping for like a cruiser or battleship line, but I think I've grinded most of the battleships now. Gosh. Well, I can't show you then. That's a shame. Yeah. Because you were jumping the 2 tiers and CV's always had a higher XP ceiling to get through to the next tiers, that's pretty much why it's a higher XP ceiling now. We do understand, you know, Langley's definitely not the most comfortable to play. We're still looking at that. Where did the USS Georgia come from? Not sure myself personally. I wasn't involved with its development. What's my favorite battleship line? Probably the French. How do we get items from discontinued containers? Discontinued containers eventually get rotated into the arsenal. So for example, if we go take a look in the arsenal at the moment, they'll kind of, you'll see them rotate in and out of here every so often. For example, we've got the Vive la France, Dunkirk, Hunt for Bismarck, and the 2-year collection here at the moment. Coming in coal or free XP, still it keeps me interested and have something to work for. Yeah, well, why do tier 10 not have to buy upgrades? Because there's no upgradable module. We want new maps. We are aware. We have a department fully dedicated to maps. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of the maps were created originally for... sorry, let's try this again. A lot of the older maps were created quite a while ago, and unfortunately, there was some very obvious balancing issues with a lot of them that they needed heavy readjustment. So the map department were stuck kind of redeveloping, readjusting, and making changes to original maps for quite a while, because we do have, I think, somewhere close to 30 maps. If you look at them all together from low tier to high tier, it's over 30 maps that needed to be checked for adjustment balances, balanced and adjusted and whatnot. So that did take up a lot of the map development staff's time for quite a while. Now that a lot of the maps have been adjusted to the point where we're mostly happy with them, hopefully we will be able to start developing some new maps too, because I know it has been a while coming, but you know, we did get a few last year: Sleeping Giants, Haven, there was another one too. What was the other one? can't think what the other one was. Plans for Dutch ships? Potentially. Okay, sorry guys, I was just reading all the questions in chat. Regarding to everyone who's asking, hey, how about this ship? How about that ship? We do have intention to, we have lots of ships in our pipeline that we are definitely interested in releasing from all different nations, from all different tiers, and from all different time periods of, you know, World War I to post-World War II. Unfortunately, we can't snap our fingers and have our ships develop straight away. Ships typically take a month and a half plus to model, depending on their complexity. So as you can imagine, this really slows down the process. We also have to wait first so that we can receive historical documentation to base the ship models off, as that is where we pride ourselves on our historical accuracy, is the modeling of the ships. Some navies are easier to get this from than others. But we have loads of premium ships. I have actually seen the plans for the next year and a half's worth of premium ships, and there are some really good ones in there that you guys are going to really enjoy. But it does take some time. So when you ask, hey, how about this ship? Or hey, how about this line? Chances are it is already on our roadmap for release in the future. Just for one reason or another, it hasn't come up just yet. Will they bring back Ocean? Ocean is already in the game. CVXP research going to be discounted from Clan Wars in the future? So Redragon, at the moment, since CVs are completely exchangeable back for their full amounts of credits as part of our compensation platform strategy guide, whatever you want to call it, ahead of the rework, we did turn off that as there was an exploit there for gaining additional credits. Once the compensation period is finished at the start of 8.2, we will return those credit discounts for CVs from the clan base back on ES. Is there going to be a Canadian ship anytime in the future? We already have one Canadian ship, Super King Tiger, and that is the Haida. You know, there are definitely plans to add more Commonwealth ships. What exactly they are at the moment, unfortunately, I can't announce. I saw combat signals getting sold approximately. Will that be implemented next patch? I'm not sure on that one. Are there any news about Alaska? It's coming soon. Coming real soon. Doesn't mean Wargame will finally fix a Targo's model to be a Targo instead of the Takao. I don't know on that one. Some of the ship models that have been in game for a while, it's a little bit harder to state. Unless there's like massive, like, oh, you're missing a whole turret, for example, or massive kind of issues with them. It's hard to say whether the models will need to be updated for them. We have done some updates on certain models previously. In regards to our Targo, I just don't know on that one. I don't have the information. Well, Mr. Kiwi, what I said is the models to be historically accurate. I mean, we want gameplay to remain, you know, fun, interesting, and engaging. And what's good for gameplay doesn't always necessarily mean what's good for, doesn't always line up with what's historically accurate. For example, pretty sure no naval battles between 12 ships was over in 20 minutes. Will there be a free XP event to convert free XP captain anytime soon? Was ages since the last one. Unfortunately, we do not announce that ahead of time, Albin, as much as I'd like to let you know on that one. I don't have the information and I can't release it. You guys will just have to keep an eye out on the patch notes or the monthly... Yeah, there we go. Keep an eye out on the monthly mission briefings, because usually we will announce those sorts of discounts and those sorts of updates within that mission briefing log. I've just dropped the February one in the chat for you guys. Let me answer. Alaska will be released on next patch since the ranked is finished. I never said that. Ah, drat. I was really hoping to turn my nose back just in time, but not quite. Okay. Wow, we lost all of our cruisers, or most of our cruisers. Oof. Not a good start, man. Why did we lose them? Oh, because they all pushed in. Wonderful. Would getting the captain skill help with the Massachusetts secondaries? Manual control for secondaries, AFT, BFT, yeah. All of that helps with Massachusetts secondaries, both increasing their power and their range, yes. Oof. Man, I don't think I'm gonna win a game today. Will wargaming change the planes on the Graf Zeppelin? Unfortunately, guys, I'm the wrong person to ask that. As much as I'd like to find the information on that, or have the information on that, it's not something I have readily available to my knowledge. I know a lot about the game, but certain decisions I don't know the answer to. I do apologize. What's WoW's doing for St. David's Day? I don't know. I don't actually know what St. David's Day is. Can you elaborate on what St. David's Day is, Terry Cox? Because I'm not familiar with it, please. It's been a rough game for my team. But we are starting to get mid-cap back, which is good. I just missed the Des Moines. Almost missed the Des Moines. I am sailing broadside, which is big no-no. Let's get angled again. Yes, I know they are. Whole games are one-sided, fixed matchmaking. I don't know what you're playing. I mean, for the most part, my games have been pretty good. This particular game, I mean, when cruisers rush in, that's what happens. But there's putting a skill-based matchmaker in just is not a good idea. What do you think of operation maps being used in randoms? Would def freshen up the strategies and the gameplay? The thing about operation maps is they're not necessarily balanced for team v team formats. A lot of the operation maps are, for example, non-symmetrical to like a really big extent, and just not really designed for random play. To the point where, playing them, people would be like, well, this is unbalanced, this is not fair, this team's got the advantage because of this this rock position, etc, etc. That's one of the reasons why we have not released operation maps as random play maps. Really want that Neptune out. Just curious, what's your personal opinion on the Iowa class getting the Massachusetts troop, better sex, secondaries, decreased gun range, and Sigma? I don't think it's necessary. I think the Iowa is performing okay for where it's at. I mean, something's got to give, something's got to separate the ships apart from one another. There's definitely areas that the Iowa has benefits over what the Massachusetts does. So we want to try and keep the ships distinctive but balanced. We might be able to pull this back. Ah, he slowed. Cheeky. Will the website be updated today or tomorrow with some big news? Depends if we have any big news to share. I don't know if we do or we don't. Oh, maybe a Wisconsin or a New Jersey as an alternative? It's possible. I mean, we might do something like that in the future. Can I say definitively? Once again, not really. I mean... I kill steals everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I kill the steals. No, that was just lucky with those secondaries, honestly. Oh, drat, he's actually running away. Will there be any more legendary captains and admirals coming soon? Not the generic ones, but the historical ones like Yamato and so on. The one thing we have to be mindful when we do release historical captains is the intellectual property rights within their names and their likenesses, etc. We do need to be considerate of those factors. But we definitely love representing history within the game. That's a big importance to us. It just depends, what we can do with these historical figures in terms of getting them in the game and representing them correctly. So we'd love to release more. It really depends on a lot of factors before we can say definitively, oh yeah, we're definitely doing that sort of thing. I feel like I have to probably push this Neptune. Okay, lighting up the shot on the... There we go, that'll work for that. Oh, I'm gonna eat all the torpedoes though. Oh, oh, oh! Oh, yeah, like a glove. Hoof! Hoof! I may be securing a few kills this game. I have to say, since I've been playing ranked this season, I've really gotten to like the arms race mode. What have you guys thought? If you guys don't know, it is the last day and a bit of ranked season 11. If you have not finished ranking out, there's still a little bit of chance for you to get your hands on some steel. If you are interested in that, I mean, I tried there. I tried. Ooh, he aimed too high. What a shame. Ooh, that one's better. What you guys reckon? Do you reckon he can get out the Cleveland? Come on, John Jervis. You can do it. He's broadside to you. 6K's out. Little lower, little lower. There we go. That was better. What rank am I? I'm rank 3. I didn't quite finish. You loved Arms Race? Ooh, the Rune got out the Richelieu, but it was burning down. It's just gonna be the Yamato. Don't think it's gonna happen now. We'll exit out of that game. What ship would you guys like me to play now? Part of the reason I was playing the Massachusetts is we are pleased to announce, if you guys have not heard yet, we will also be attending PAX East in Boston, Massachusetts on the end of March time. So March 28th through 31st, we will be there. The World of Warships North America staff, myself, Radar X, Cammy Samurai, and CU will be in attendance. Atlanta. I'm seeing a lot of Atlantas. Let's play in Atlanta then, I suppose. There she is. Let's play in Atlanta and let's see if we can get into an anti-air game. Into a CV game and get some anti-air going. Let's go. Lieutenant Atlanta is fine. This season's rank did not like me one bit. It started at 12 rank, ended at 12 rank. Well, at least you didn't go backwards. The problem with rank is that it's so luck-based and you get frustrated a lot because you get a dud team. I can understand that sentiment. Will there be a visit on board the USS Massachusetts? At the moment, stay Gyrio. At the moment, we did have Radar X and BTED 72 up at the Massachusetts this weekend. So speaking of that event, thank you for everyone who did attend Naval Game Day and the staff of the USS Massachusetts for welcoming Radar X and BTED 72 aboard. Whether we go back again as another trip or an Anchors Away trip at this stage is still being worked on. Maybe keep an eye a little bit later on into the year. It might be possible. World of Warships, Alaska is going to be released on the 27th. Who said that? You guys and your rumors. Will Iran be available in the premium shop Tech Tree after Lunar New Year event ended? Azario Hero? Azure Hero 94. Eventually, you know, we have been known to release ships in various other formats after their original release. At the moment, though, the Iran is just for the Lunar New Year in those containers. Whether it is going to be released later in the Tech Tree or in the Arsenal or in the premium store, I don't know. Just a suggestion, what are you thinking when our ship is sunk? Rather than having a free look wargaming, change that with a plane that we use to look around from the sky? I mean, you kind of had that in the free look mode, except for yeah. You have free camera control, you just hit shift afterwards. What about a visit to Pan-Asian ships? Anshan or Fusion? Well, Pan-Asian ships that are located in, you know, the Southeast Asia area would be kind of fall under the sea service staff. We are kind of considerate of our regional ties. For example, since the NA audience is predominantly in North America, funnily enough, the NA staff try to cater predominantly for that area. If you're looking for like the Belfast, for example, that would be EU staff, just because of the regional cost it takes to get the staff to these various locations to be there for events. Will the team be coming to Canada at any point in 2019? Canada is something that is in consideration. It's a little bit harder and a little bit more expensive than our stateside locations and options, but it is something that we have been talking about and that we are in consideration of. Whether it happens anytime soon, I don't know at the moment. Oh, you won a Roma this past Saturday from the guys, and I want to say thanks for that. Awesome, Wacky Man. Well, definitely keep an eye out on the forums if we do decide to announce another Wargaming event up that way. We are going to be, like I mentioned, in the Massachusetts-Boston area for PAX East, which is at the end of March time. We are having an off-site happy hour. If you are interested in that, but you missed the ticket sign-up, give me a PM on the forums, because I have a few that I held back. Hey everyone, it's been nice watching you work the ships, fam. Nice, thanks Holyfire. Can I repeat what I was saying about the Belfast? Oh, all I was saying is about the Belfast if there was to be a player gathering event on the Belfast, it would fall under like the EU staff, as that's their region and that's their area. Wow, there's like nothing over here this time around. If I'm chat banned in game, does that mean I cannot be a Masquerado? It depends. We look at the severity of game bans and whatnot. Are they going to be historical captain like Jingles and Dasha at the event in Boston? No, Dasha and Jingles will not be at the event in Boston. That's going to be a casual player gathering. You know, Dasha is obviously Russian and Jingles is European, is English. We're not. It's too small of a event and low key to fly out them for that. What's the next ranked season going to be? We have not announced that at the moment. Any date on the Alaska? No. Alaska is releasing on 8.1. No, right? Nope. No comment on that. What is this build? This is the wrong build. I realized it before. It's a little bit of an awkward build because I don't have the range to attack anything. This is evidently a captain that I probably took off a destroyer, and thus do not have the range to attack stuff. But hopefully we are going to have some, we're hoping maybe we'll have a few of the CCs in attendance at Boston, but we can't confirm at the moment. So we did pop our radar to catch that Fiji out. we go, that'll work. Yeah, we did. He tried to storm back to get those other two. Will there be a Femennenly patch coming out soon? Nope, there's not one in the works. When are Wargaming going to standardize consumables on all ships? I don't believe we're ever going to do that, Steve B. Dancer. I mean, part of the having variables on consumables is that it does create, you know, once again, it does create differences in how ships are played, what they're good at, what they're not so good at, and it brings diversity to the game. I mean, who wants to play a game where everyone has the exact same character and plays the exact same way? Not the most fun of designs in a lot of cases. The consumables help, you know, break up and cause variety in the game, which, you know, makes it interesting to play and makes makes each game different. Well, I hit him a tiny bit. Really? I beat you on the rock right there. I wish I had that DD's RNG. Good thing the kamikaze kind of pushed the Fubuki out of that. I mean... Okay. I think he's a little upset with me. When are submarines coming? We have no confirmed plans that submarines are coming to the game as a full feature class. They were only released as part of the Halloween 2018 event. Yes, as I mentioned, we have no confirmed plans that we are going to be bringing them into the game as a full feature at this point. Oh, I get a little bit there. I mean, our team is in a really strong position, which is good. We managed to fend off their base. We should be able to get actually up into their base, too, because the Leon and the New Mexico pretty much pulled away completely.
Torpedoes, get ahead.
Let's keep pinging. Just like that will do. And we'll push in towards their cap. Did manage to get the New Mexico on fire. He did repair it. And since we've got the high arcing American shells, we can... Ah, the kamikaze pushback, hey? Interesting. Yeah, so this is that kind of moving around as a plane mode that you were asking about before. Didn't expect the kamikaze to loop all the way back. That was a good play by him. What sort of things are we looking forward to seeing at PAX? We will not have a booth. It's just going to be a few of us out on the floor, kind of hanging out. We will have a scavenger hunt, and we will have some codes on us as well as some goodies. We will also have the happy hour, where we'll have even more goodies and more opportunity to hang out. About upcoming operations, no, at the moment, Cessna. We're still our main pull at the moment with the operations is going to be getting the CV bots back, correcting, working on them. Eddie McDermott, could I have your opinion on which BB line is the best to grind and why? I'll put that question out to the chat and I'll read out some good answers there too. But my personal opinion on which line I like the French and the German battleships. The reason is, while they've got a bit of funky dispersion at range, they're better brawling battleships. The French are particularly maneuverable with okay secondaries. The Germans aren't as good in terms of secondaries. Aren't as good in terms of maneuverabilities, but they have even better secondaries. And they do have turtleback armor, which means it's kind of hard to penetrate. It's very hard to citadel them unless you catch them broadside. Yeah. So those are my two favorite, but that's just because of how I like to play, and that I like overextending, and overextending with secondaries is better than overextending without secondaries. But a lot of people like other lines for different reasons. IGN, because you get a Yamato at the end. Yamato, biggest guns in the game. The Alsace is a monster. German if you like to brawl. US or IGN BBs. Okay, I did that. Is there another Commander free XP respec coming, right? We are planning another Commander free XP respec after the release of 8.2, which will be towards the end of March time. That is the next one that we have planned. We do not have one coming in 2000. We don't have one coming in 8.1. So no rough any ETA for the Russian BB line, really hyped for it. Not at the moment, Blind Joker, they're still very much in testing. When you start seeing CCs releasing content on them, you'll know they're probably a patch or two out. At the moment, however, the next lines to be released is the British CVs. Is patch 8.1 going to be out this month? Yes, Papyrus, that is February's patch. Remember, we do one patch per month. I heard Space Battles is coming back this April. Is that true? L. Orson? If you take a look at the development blog, we did release an article on Space Battles. You can check it out on the dev blog. If you don't like using Facebook, we do also have it linked on the forums as well. I'll drop that link in there too. Hunt the Masquerados. Yeah, so guys, Masquerados, another bounty event for the NA survey, has been announced. It is an event that I am predominantly running with the community team. If you are interested, we did drop the information. It is starting not this weekend, but next weekend. Hunt down event Masquerados in-game to win doubloons, camos, and a special event flag. It will be lasting for the entire weekend from the 8th through the 10th. Okay, so at the moment, just the New Mexico over here. Ooh, Perf. So the Wichita's got really good AP when it hits. We did actually do a Sea Trials on the Wichita last week on the Friday for our special Sea Trials stream. It's always a good idea to check in with the Sea Trials streams to see what we're doing on those, because that's usually when we have some ship giveaways as well. For example, we have another Sea Trials this Thursday, as well as we will be out of the office on Friday heading down to Texas. But not sure what ship we're gonna... We haven't announced what ship we're going to do the Sea Trials on yet, but trust me, you're gonna want to be there for that one. And Leningrad is going to be kind of a little ballsy, pushing that Perth in the smoke. So one thing the Wichita does not have that a lot of the Tier 8 cruisers has is that hill, which means you have to be really careful with angling with her. But a good point of her is she does have the 27mm bow armor, which means she's actually quite hard to over-penetrate front on. And we just managed to citadel a New Mexico with that AP, which is awesome. That Perf just rolled slightly out of his smoke, just a little too far then. So UK is coming, not unlost here? Let's waffle. Yes. pre-release of UK CVs are coming with this next patch, as per the Fly Strike Win campaign. Let me drop that in the chat for you guys. Where is the button? Oh, I didn't make a button for that one. That's awkward. Yeah, there is UK CVs are going to be available for pre-release during Fly Strike Win. If you have a look at the homepage, it's the announcement was made last week. Unfortunately, I don't have a button for it. He's going to turn back the other way now that I've done this. Allow us to bulk demount flags as safe presets. Not at the moment, Abomination. At the moment, we are looking to kind of improve the port UI. Sorry. Thank God I'm better at driving my car than what I am ships, right? But we do have a highly requested feature that is going to be coming into the game with the next patch, and that is the ability to open all containers at once. The UI is also receiving some massive upgrades within 8.1. Hopefully you guys will see a reduction in the amount of port lag and interface lag with this iteration. Okay. Let's get back to not ramming our teammates and into the battle. I'm not going to say, guys, that it is it's fixed, no more work is going to be done on, but it is the start of the process to optimize the port interface, yes. It is going to be a process, and probably a long-standing process with multiple fixes and multiple elements being fixed over time, but we are onto stage 1. But yes, that is a feature that's coming, the ability to open all crates at once. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Yeah, we're aware that, you know, the port is definitely far from optimized, and we're definitely making a move to kind of put that goal back in our sights to make adjustments and optimize it so the lag will be better. But yeah, it will take time, and we appreciate your guys' patience. Definitely, I mean, when the patch notes come out for 8.1, read through them, take a look at them, see how, look at some of the changes that we're making towards them, towards the game, and you know, after the patch has been released, make sure you comment on the forums if you're seeing improvements, to help reinforce and, you know, that, you know, the changes are made and are wanted and, you know, are working. Is what I would say is the best thing you guys can do. Man, I got those ricochets down to a fine art today. When World of Warships be coming out? 5, I don't know. You're right, it's completely not my wheelhouse. I do not have the information on that. All I would say is keep an eye on the World of Warships Legends beta Discord and watch in there for further information. Okay, I pushed back towards base because, you know, they have several ships moving in on it. And, you know, being a team player, man. Because although our team's on their base, we do need, you know, if we have 1 or 2 ships here resetting their, whoever gets on our base, that's going to kind of keep us alive longer. Just in case something happens to our Leningrad. I was really hoping this Bayern was going to come around the corner. Nope, he doesn't want to come around the corner. We're gonna go narrow to the Bayern because we can, if we're appropriately angled, we can actually bounce the Bayern. Because of the 27mm armor on the front of the ship. Again, I kind of knew this was a bit of a lost hope crusade, kind of pushing this way. But I kind of had to do it as a last-ditch method to try and help save the team because they did have multiple ships pushing our cap here. As I mentioned, we have the ability to penetrate the Bayern. And at the moment, we can bounce a lot of stuff because, you know, we've got this 27mm armor on the front. Since it is a heavy cruiser. Since he's slightly more angled to us, we're going to aim higher and go for the superstructure. Gonna angle so I don't hit the rock. No, nice little citadel there. Again, our goal is just to reset and delay over here as much as possible until our team can cap out at the north side. Knowing that, you know, we're probably not going to survive down here, but the main part is to delay and do what we can over here. Took out the Mogami. And got taken out ourselves. But in the time that we did that, you know, it delayed the Bayern, it delayed them all rushing our cap and what was just the Molotov over here. Enough so that our team could cap this out, the Leningrad and whatnot over here. But I mean, yeah, I died, but in doing that, you know, I held off the enemy team from being able to cap us really at all, because they could have pretty easily overrun what was left of our team at that A point. When will the other tiers of CVs be coming back? Renee's Legatus, odd tier CVs are not going to be coming back. If you're asking about the ship models themselves, the Ranger, sorry, not the Ranger, the Independence, the Independence, the Essex, the Bogue. I feel like I'm missing one. Those ships are going to be remodeled, well, not remodeled, sorry, adjusted and rescaled to fit better at an even tier, and they're going to be reintroduced as even tier ships. How they're going to look at the moment, I can't really comment on, as I'm not sure, but that is their plan with them. Where's my boat? Where's my bay boat? Here we go. For those who do not know, the Jean Bart is briefly back in the premium store. She is literally my favorite, yeah, no, she is. She is my favorite battleship at the moment. She's available also in the arsenal for coal. She is 228,000 coal. Yeah. So why do upcoming ships have NDA or embargoes? Hola, that is something to do with the CC program and the super test program. That is, embargo dates are pretty much usually used so that all content creators can create and release content on the same day. So for example, if we give content creators a piece of content, streamers are usually the first people to be able to do something. Isn't that pretty? Streamers are usually the first people to do something with that content, as streamers media is like quite straightforward. YouTube content creators or written content creators need more time to generate their content. So that's why we do put embargo dates out, particularly for highly interesting or highly sought after pieces of content, such as Such as the Alaskas, for example. That is why there was an embargo date. So to make sure all of our content creators get the same opportunity to have content out at the same time. We don't do it on every ship, but we do it on some ships that are, you know, high interest pieces. When's the Alaska coming out? I've got a button about the Alaska. Let me hit it. Mean that all ships with AA the UK. Oh, okay. You're talking about standardized keys. Okay. That is actually a change that I've really wanted for a long time too myself. I'll prompt the ideas man about that and see if we have any movement on it. You can still use the Chinese server to play RTS CVs. Okay. Oh. My ship spawned on the bridge? No, it spawned in the port. Why does the Chinese server have RTS CVs? The Chinese server is not managed by Wargaming, it's an independent publisher, as China is regionally different in how they publish games, so that server has not been updated in a while. Any idea when the next battle, next season of Clan Battles is? A full season of Clan Battles is in season 5 of 5? It's 5 or 6. I think we're up to season 5. We have not announced at this stage. However, if you're looking for something to do with your clan, we do have naval battles out in current game. What naval battles is, it is a fun way for you to work cooperatively with your clan against another clan to gain oil to help build the structures within your clan base or store for when we make further clan base upgrades. If you'd like the information on that, I will drop it in, but let me basically give you the basic rundown of it so far. First of all, you'll need your clan leader or a deputy commander of the clan to first sign your clan up to participate. So make sure you guys nag your clan leaders about that. Then, for the first half of the week, you and your clan will have the opportunity to grind out XP to work out where your activity level is for your clan. What this... Oh, wow, my whole team's lemming the other way. Wonderful. It's just like clan battles. Sorry, it's just like ranked battles. Anyway. You'll have that opportunity, and then on a Friday, we will put you up against another clan from one of the other servers. And what will happen here is you'll have the weekend to clock 10 games. You can choose which 10 you can choose when to participate by hitting a participation button. And you'll play these 10 games in a varies of ships. And depending on the ESP levels, you'll earn points for your team. And at the end of it, the team that has the most points in comparison to the other will earn extra oil. Do I think the Wichita is worth $50+? We played the Wichita pretty much consistently on the Friday stream, on the Sea Trials Wichita stream. I actually really enjoyed it. It is, it's a heavy cruiser. It's a tankier cruiser. I had fun playing it. You know, my first game I ever played in it, I got a Kraken. But it really comes down to the playstyle that you enjoy. If you're not one for like heavy cruisers, if you're not one for American cruisers, maybe not for you. But if that's kind of your wheelhouse or you're a collector, then yeah, you'd really enjoy that ship. For me, I'm not really big on American cruisers. Like, I don't have any in my port. So... it's not the best fit for me, personally, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be a good fit for you. Why not update the China server? Stay, as I just explained, the China server is not managed by Wargaming, it's managed by a different publisher, and they choose what happens on that server. Why does Wargaming insist on auto consumables for CVs? That is something we're still looking into, and like I said, guys, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, the CV rework balancing is not completed at this stage. We still have up to 8.4 that we're looking to make additional changes and adjustments into the CV playstyle and CV mechanics. So there is a chance we could move away from the auto consumables, as we are aware that's something that you guys are not necessarily enjoying at this stage. All I can suggest and recommend is make sure you leave us your feedback on the appropriate places. That is the forums. As much as I'd like to take as much of your feedback here as possible, it's a little bit hard between reading two chats, trying to play the game, and talk consistently for me to take notes as well. As much as I would love to be able to do it, my multitasking ends at that point, sort of thing. See, I mean, with my team lemming the other way, kind of, someone had to stay over here. Wow, I even aimed high for that. What are my thoughts on the French cruisers? I also like cruisers with smoke because of their, since cruisers aren't the most since cruisers are considerably more squishy than battleships, I kind of need the smoke to kind of give me an out in a lot of cases. I'm not the best at kind of managing my positioning. So, I've played a few French cruisers and I did okay in them, but French ships will definitely always be something that Tragic Loss was more about. Super Testers get 7,000 doubloons for testing. What are we getting for testing CVs? I'm not sure where you're getting that information from. Great if the hell in her head. Well, at least we managed to avoid that. Got any hints as to the April Fools? I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure it will be a fool towards me as well this time. Is there plans to change the Hakaru Legendary module? Yeah, so at the moment, the Hakaru Legendary module and the Midway Legendary module are in a frozen state. They are not currently usable. What this means is we are definitely having plans to make changes to them once the CV rework is more finalized, as in once more of the changes have been kind of confirmed and finished. Sorry, I'm like trying to concentrate on what I'm doing here a little bit. Oh, seriously? Another set? Because I have no DDs out in front of me. This is very much a case of what did I want to get killed by? Realistically, the answer would have been nothing, but I got encircled. Oof. Today is not my day for playing, apparently. The bathtub, nice. It's Monday. Yeah, we're gonna call that one on Monday. Okay. I'm trying to think. What's a ship? Here we go. Let's play the Vanguard. This was another recently released premium that came out. This is also one of the premium ships that's going to be available in the incoming air supply containers when they get released after 8.1. So we'll jump in this, as it is one of those premium ships that was recently released and, like I mentioned, is coming out in the is coming out in the air supply containers pretty soon. Hula, I can't always see all the comments, particularly if I'm playing at the same time. Clan testing and super testing, CC testing is very different programs. Do I speak any French? Unfortunately not. Are you going to allow multi-CV divisions? It's unlikely, Black Falcon, due to the amount of, what's the word? Due to the amount of persuasion that could create within, persuasion through disbalance, there we go. Persuasion through disbalance that could occur, that could lead to in the game. I don't think we will do that. I think it will just lead to, as previously when we had 2 CVs in a division, it just led to such an unfair advantage because the CVs could easily coordinate together. I don't think it will happen. World of Warships, if you already have the ships, can you get duplicates and the value in doubloons? For what, Luncher Warrior? Yes, Hula, I just answered you. Depending on the clan? Sorry, depending, I mean, there's a high chance they're in clan super test, which is different from super test and CCs. I know CCs, for example, do get doubloons to cover to a certain degree, moving captains around a little bit, but that's as far as I know. Would I happen to see a Vanguard code? No, I got no codes on me today. Are there any plans to have white flag options for CVs or a self-detonate button so you don't get pink status if you leave a match? You really shouldn't be leaving matches. We want to dissuade that. I mean, keep fighting until you go down. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Abin is asking about Steam and connecting accounts. That is more a an issue on Steam side than ours side. If it was up to us, we would definitely allow you guys to link your accounts to your Steam. Unfortunately, that one is out of our hands and is a policy of Steam, however. Oof. So I think from memory, I did better with HE on the Vanguard previously, so we're gonna give that a whirl. Guys, I really can't tell you information about the China server because it is not managed by Wargaming, as I've mentioned several times. Yeah, so as I recall, Vanguard HE is your better option, so let's see if we can find a target to shoot. Is clan battles going to, sorry, CV's going to be allowed in the next iteration of clan battles? I'm not sure if a definitive decision's been made on that at this point. We don't even have the next season of clan battles discussed at the moment because clan battles, because we currently have naval battles on at the moment. If you'd like more information on naval battles, I'll drop that in chat for you. Nothing to shoot. And I really want to push further forward. Oh, here we go. Being cutthroat and truthful, are you having fun with CVs at the moment? Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm not, like, the biggest fan about regarding the CVs at the moment is the unconstructive feedback that we have to process on the forums. Like, if you guys don't like it, that's okay, but let us know why you don't like it. That information is a lot more useful for us to take to development staff than just simply saying, I don't like it, Wargaming doesn't know what they're doing, if you guys can understand that. So yeah, if you guys don't like something, we want to hear it. We want to know why you don't like it. We want to know what you would do. So that way we can take the feedback to the correct people to see if it's something that can actually happen. Now, in saying that, guys, you've got to remember, you know, each region has a set community staff, and each region has a player base that is, typically speaking, several thousand times bigger than what the community base is. What the community staff is. So we only typically take the good feedback, and we will reply to good feedback. If feedback isn't useful, isn't good, etc., etc., we might just leave it leave it behind. But we do sit on the forums for best part of our day, reading your feedback, writing up what we can, taking what we can to the correct places to let the devs know what player frustrations are. And the other thing is, just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's that way for the majority of players as well. Of course, we want to cater to as many players as possible, but we do have to be realistic, and you guys do need to be realistic in your expectations regarding that. Dustin, how come you guys never do giveaways on these streams anymore? No big deal, but it never seems to come up anymore. Dustin, I gave away 5 Wichitas last week on one of the streams. I gave away a Orthoknik and a Targo on the other stream. I have giveaways planned for the other 2 streams this week. Just don't really have, I mean, we encourage you guys to come for the content, not just because we're giving away stuff. We do a lot of giveaways on the channel. We just usually don't announce them ahead of time. It just so happens that today, I don't have anything I'm giving away. SCI, I see that you're making comments and apparently I'm ignoring. Please remember, I am trying to talk and read 2 chats at the same time. It does help me a lot if you tag World of Warships in the message that you're sending. That way it highlights on my screen and it's a little bit easier for me to see it. Please.
Our team has taken the lead.
A lot of people probably don't like being struck by CVs in general. No matter how often, how high the damage, most players don't feel like CVs deserve to fly up to them, spot damage harasser. So that's where unconstructive feedback comes from. Those players aren't constructive because they want to distract. Yeah. I mean, I understand that, you know, the player base isn't always going to listen to us and do as we request, but I mean, if I put it out there, if I ask politely, you know, hopefully I'll get through to a few of you guys to help, you know, with the constructive feedback. Oh, no, you're talking about wargaming, not you. I figured as much, SCI, but still, I mean, if you're talking about wargaming, you know, give me the opportunity to speak for wargaming. As I mentioned several times during the stream already, you know, we are very much still under the, please remember, the CVs are being balanced at the moment. We went from, you know, the Hakaru doing 550k damage because of broken stealth torpedoes to obviously that we can't have that going on long term, so we need to scale that back a bit. Maybe we went too far with that. You know, we're still gathering data and seeing what changes need to be made from that further. You know, it's not something easy to do, and you know, we've never kind of alluded to the fact that it's anything but a difficult task to achieve. You know, we can't gain the sort of data we need or the degree of data that we need from the PTS to balance the class in fully. It could take us months and months and months on the PTS to get the data that we need from our super testers, from our CCs, etc. Or, you know, we push it into public at a point where it's at least predominantly bug-free, or at least no major impeding bugs, we'll call it. Or, you know, we sit and we get the feedback we need and we can make, you know, we pushed 3 hot fixes in, what was it? 2.5, 3 weeks, give or take. And that way we can get it balanced, we can get it out there quicker for you guys, instead of leaving the game in a, you know, an unsatisfactory state. My understanding, you have to have a tier 10 ship for the naval battle, or was I reading it wrong? You were reading it wrong, Folitars. You do not need a tier 10. I believe you can play with a tier 8. So I need to talk about fixing cruiser stealth AA and the matchmaking. Yes, so areas still to do with CVs, such as anti-air mechanics, is definitely still being looked at. In regards to matchmaking, we're not moving away from the the +2/-2 matchmaking at this stage, but we are aware of the uncomfortableness that, you know, playing as a tier 8 carrier in a tier 10 game breeds at the moment. We are looking at ways to address this. Do I have the details of that at the moment? No. My guns are making a nice tapping rhythm. This was not a good display of the Vanguard's power this particular game. I do apologize. I want to say thank you, Fem, for the info you're providing. Of course, Iron HD. Like I said, guys, I will try and answer as many questions as I can. You might just need to humor me a little bit because there's 2 chats I'm reading, and between playing and looking at the chats, sometimes the chats move and I miss things. Will there be a new skill tree? What is state with RPF? So RPF is going to be removed from planes, so planes will no longer be able to have the RPF skill. In terms of if there's going to be further changes to the skill tree, I'm not sure. Okay. You know what? I've played it so much on the weekend due to you guys making me play it. I'm just going to play it now because I want to. Grumpy Buck, please make sure that you @sign World of Warships because otherwise it doesn't show up as a different color for me. I find that tier 8 CVs suffer really bad in tier 10 matches. The AA damage arc seems to be really high. Yes. As I mentioned, we are aware that, you know, tier 8s in tier 10 matches and tier 6s into tier 8 games do struggle at the moment. We are looking at ways to adjust this and make it more comfortable. The Battle of North Cape is the only collection I've not been able to finish. Is there a possibility crates will be made available? Commander Crate. Containers from previous collections typically will eventually be rotated into the premium store or rotated into the arsenal, or occasionally we do bring back the campaign arc. That is likely to be the case with that particular collection and other ones at the moment. Keep an eye on the arsenal after patches, as that's when we typically update it to see if the containers get added in the future.
Action stations.
How about tier 9 and tier 10 only allowed at high tier matches, no more 8s? I mean, the reason that 8s still make it into tier 10 is because, I mean, 8s are very capable in tier 10 if played correctly. It is definitely a different playstyle that you have to adapt to in playing a tier 8 into a tier 10 battle, but I mean, it is doable. You know, it's a different playstyle. And again, having that variety, you know, it breeds yeah, I just realized I actually do say quite a lot. Apologies for that. It does breed diversity in the games, and you know, variety is did it again. Variety is the spice of life. But again, we are aware that tier 8s CVs are particularly struggling against, you know, against the tier 10 CVs. Anti-air, excuse me. So what is the likelihood of us seeing British heavy cruisers in 2019? Fog Battleship Horsefight. Unfortunately, we do not announce ahead of time what lines we have planned for the year. We have many lines planned. I think in total we have over 80 ships being released this year or something ridiculous like that. There's a lot of them. But we do not denote our timeline for them. You won't carry in a tier 10 as bottom tier, but you can make it work. You won't be the star of the match though. I don't know. I've carried in a tier 10 match in a laterally, which is saying something because the ship is not known for being good. What new ships are we getting in the arsenal? Papyrus asks. Papyrus, we do have the Alaska that is coming out for free XP. The Azuma that is coming out for free XP. We have the Yoshino that is coming out for coal. And the Neutroshimi, I can't pronounce that one. It's the Russian tier 9 destroyer. The Neutroshimi that is coming out for steel. Those are the new ships that I'm aware of that are currently slated for this year, or at least the more soon, if you will, updates to the arsenal in terms of ships. And of course, the Jean Bart is there, available for coal at the moment as well. So at the moment, we're just kind of abusing this rock that I've got here to kind of stealth fire at the hipper. This is how you play the laterally. You keep moving, you find your stealth opportunities, or you run and you gun. They killed each other, ripperoo. New stress shimmy. Okay, I'm not going to remember that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not good at pronouncing stuff. So, like I said, we're kind of abusing the fact that we've got these islands to play in here. We can get eyes back on that lightning. I will use my reload booster. We'll see. Can we bump the Belfast up a tier and get her back in the shop? At the moment, we don't have any planned or scheduled changes to the Belfast, to my knowledge. Was Wargaming aware that it's quite a well-known anime character named Yoshino, and they picked the name for the new tier 10, and they plans to bring more anime collabs to the game? We're always looking at other media that we can collaborate with. Did we pick the name based on the anime character? No. It's just a happy coincidence. Will Salem be removed upon Yoshino's introduction? I don't know at the time. How much is Azuma? We have not announced at this point. So the Lightning has returned into base. Sorry, has returned the other way. Their team has pretty heavily split down both sides. So I'm going to do what you can do in a standard battle. I'm just going to go cap them. Could we get a skin to make them look like the other two ships? Typically speaking, skins to make the ships look like other ships in terms of adjusting their configurations, etc., isn't something we're interested in, because then it removes the ability to add that ship in the future into the game as like a proper functioning premium or tech tree, for example. So we do like to keep those abilities. We do like to keep those options available for us in case we want to split a line into like heavy cruisers, soft cruisers, etc., etc. Thanks for the great stream this evening. Thank you, GP Pricks. G Pricks. The Terrible is bad. It can only torp battleships, so cruisers are bad. It has standard torpedoes. It can torp anything. I've actually had some pretty decent games in it recently, because my stream keeps making me play it on the weekend. But with the reload booster, I mean, she's really, really good for running and gunning, and particularly with her high speed, you know, she is the fastest ship in game. You can actually do some pretty impressive things in her. You just have to be, you know, you're not playing a smoking cruiser, you're not playing a torpedo beat boat. You know, you're playing a little terrible. It doesn't play like any of the other destroyers currently available in game, and so you just have to adjust your playstyle. And yeah, I haven't done a lot of damage this game, but at the moment, you know, I've been instrumental in our winning. Yes, you know, yes, I'm kind of going for easy mode, which is, hey, you know, I'm gonna go cap, but capping is still winning. How close is the British CVs to being complete? Well, Edward, we are having the pre-release of British CVs with this next update, 8.1, through the Fly Strike Win campaign. Information about that is available on the homepage at the moment. The details, unfortunately, I forgot to make myself a link button this time around. So what I'm going to do is hit my reload booster. Drop out some torpedoes there. We will need to push out of cap here for a moment to get back on a better side over here. Focus the Benson. There we go. Got out the Monarch. Again, it's all adapting to how to play these ships in the situations you're faced with. I know that this boat is not good in like heavy engagement, so I sought out the opportunity where there is, you know, a better chance for my ship to do well, which is in these single engagements, in these quieter engagements. And I use the speed to my advantage. You know, I push out. Which is not being able to kill this guy. I hate shooting at destroyers. This is something I've never been good at. It's okay. Tis but a scratch. It's kind of a bigger scratch. Fortunately, island navigation was never one of my strong suits. Not the best at keeping your eye on the map. No, now I'm gonna go put myself in a safer position and make myself look less tempting to shoot at. Oof. Slow down now, Fem. Here we go. Much better. What is going on with the Italian cruiser line? No. We don't have any updates on that at the moment. Maggie is turning out. Since his guns is focused on that cruiser, we're gonna use this opportunity to shoot at him. And we'll just do the dance with him, you know? Wait for our team to push up and help us. Okay, so it's just the PEF that's aimed at us. What we can do is disengage around this rock. Here we go, he's not aimed at me anymore. He's decided I'm too squirrely for him. Not worth his time. And again, all we're doing is using the advantages of the ship and its playstyle to put us in a position where we can do stuff. You know, 51k damage, you know, we're still alive. Oops, need to roll back a bit now. There we go. We'll hit our reload booster since it's towards the end of the game and I always forget to use it. And we'll take a 3-kill game. Are Russian BBs planned for the release this year? Yes. Cool. Remember guys, when you're asking me about any premium ships, I really can't say definitively, oh yeah, we're going to release this at this time, at this date, with these sorts of specs. Remember guys, the first place you're ever going to see new ship information is going to be the dev blog, or the developer corner within the forums. So make sure you guys check out those areas first. I'm going to drop the links in chat one more time for you. But guys, it is time for the end of our stream. We didn't play the terrible that bad. We were, what, 170 away from top XP? Excuse me. So it is time for us to say goodbye, but thank you everyone for joining Naval News Night. Make sure you come back on Wednesday for the update rundown stream. That is update 8.1 rundown. We will be having that for the NA server, and then we will be having a special stream on Thursday, a sea trials for an unannounced ship at this stage. Make sure you mark the dates in your calendar, make sure you plug it in your phone, make sure you hit that remind me button on the event link. Hope you guys have had fun tonight. Remember, we'll see you on the high seas real soon, hopefully. Really, hopefully. Bye, guys.